know, spring sweet onions, I love spring sweet onions, but you know, there's so many different varieties, and so many varieties are named after the location. For example, tell me, where's a Vidalia onion come from? That's right, Vidalia, Georgia. How about an Imperial Sweet? That's right, Imperial Sweet, California, in Imperial Valley, California. Walla Walla, Walla Walla, Washington, of course. So that's how we name some of our sweet onions. So I wanted to talk about what in the world is this. These are fava beans, ladies and gentlemen, not mava beans, they are fava beans. And these are so popular, especially this time of year. In Italy, right now, if you went to Italy, all the old Italians would be out back of the restaurant and they'd be shucking these fava beans. And once you shuck them, there's also a skin on the bean itself that you got to take off. So it's very difficult work. But fava beans are so popular with chefs, especially this time of year in the springtime. What do you do with a fava bean? Oh my goodness, just put some pasta on the stove, and when the pasta comes off, put the fava beans in. It's absolutely perfect. Now, fava beans, you cannot eat the shell, and I wanted to explain why. There are some edible pea pods and inedible pea pods. The edible pea pods are like sugar snap peas or snow peas, things like that. And the cell structure, let's talk cell structure here. The cell structure of an edible pea pod goes like this. Right? It's all even. An inedible pea pod, like a fava bean, it goes like this. So you can't eat it. Very, very difficult to eat. So fava beans, so popular this time of year. Also wanted to point out, how in the world do you store your corn? Whatever sweet corn you're getting, how do you store it? I tell my beautiful and lovely wife, Julie, and I'm going to tell you, the last thing you buy at the store is sweet corn. The first thing you put away when you get home is the corn. Leave all the other groceries there, put the corn away. You want it ice cold. Keep it ice cold. And can I give you a hint? If you're not going to eat that corn within 48 hours, just go ahead and give it to a neighbor and let the neighbor enjoy that nice sweet corn. Now, speaking of sweet corn, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. For many, many people, it is not summer. It is not corn season until they head up Highway 16, Jackson Highway, just a little bit east of Sacramento towards Jackson, and they stop at Slough House Corn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick Grimshaw from Slough House Corn. You started as a little kid, 1964, putting corn in Slough House. Yeah. Whose idea was that?
That was my mom's.
Your mom's idea. Yeah. So 60 years they've been planting corn out at Slough House. Now, first of all, what makes that region so good for corn? And you got the Cosumnes River there. It's a little flood valley there. What makes that good soil and everything?
Deer Creek and the Cosumnes. It's a floodplain there that's for generations and generations. It goes down about 100 feet in sandy loam.
So that alluvial floodplain is just like perfect for that summer sweet corn. How many different varieties of corn do you grow, by the way?
Well, right now it's 4. I think we're 4.
4 varieties.
Yeah.
So 60-year anniversary this year. You guys put your first corn in 1964. Why do people love Slough House corn?
Mostly because it's fresh. You know, I mean, when you go out there and get it, you're getting it picked that day, that fresh, and so it's always tastes the best when it's fresh like that. You don't get that out of the market.
So you harvest in the morning, is that right? And what time do you stop harvesting during the day normally?
It depends. It depends on what day of the week and whatever, but it's early afternoon.
Early afternoon. So when it gets too hot, right? Yeah. The corn has the highest sugar content during the coolest part of the day, right? So at night or early morning hours, right?
Yes.
And you plant like every day. You plant, right?
Every other day.
Every 2 days. Every 2 days.
Every 2 days.
You're planting.
And when it comes in and harvest, it's every 2 days.
That is awesome.
So that's about the length of the life of the corn, where it gets the sugar is just perfect and then goes over the hill within 2 days. So you're like always on that cusp.
You're always on it. That is so nifty. What do you love about corn? It's made a good living for you over these many years, right?
Yeah,
just selling corn out there.
It worked. It's really easy to grow. You know, of all the things that we grow, the corn is one of the easiest ones. You screw up to plant it too deep or too shallow. As long as it's germinates. Here it comes.
How do you like corn, by the way? Do you just eat it off the cob? What do you do with your corn?
I barely warm it up.
Barely warm it up.
It's either raw or warm it up.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, the only reason to heat up the corn is to melt the butter.
Yeah.
Right? So put the butter in the microwave and melt the butter in the microwave. You don't need to heat up that corn.
When it's fresh and the sugar content, you don't need butter or anything. You just heat it up and eat it.
People come from all over Northern California to come see you at Slough House, right?
Yeah, well, even further than that.
Really?
Yeah.
They come from all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's for, if you've never been up Slough House, up Highway 16, Jackson Road, and about 20 miles up there, you're going to find Slough House on the left-hand side, on the north side of the road, and just stop on in, say hi to Rick if he happens to be there. He may not be there. He might be out on a tractor somewhere.
Who knows?
Or out vacationing or whatever. Anyway, hey, don't go away. The doctor is in the house. We're talking about the Mediterranean diet, plus something just for kids.